As modern humans, we have a unique set of characteristics. Our ability to share complex ideas, manipulate objects, care for one another, even the way we move is very much a product of our own evolutionary history. But what makes us distinct from all other species as modern humans? The differences between us and other animals may seem obvious. We go to school or work every day, we celebrate holidays, but what is at the core of humanity?
All of humanity shares many common traits. They came into existence at different times, but they're all connected with us being what we are today.
Dr. Richard Leakey has been studying human origins for over 40 years. At a lake in northern Kenya, he and his team search for evidence to piece together our species' family tree.
I often puzzle about what it is really that makes us human.
He believes we can identify specific traits, each of which may not be unique to our species, but that together define us as modern humans. So what are these traits that define us as modern humans?
And the most fundamental trait is being able to walk on two legs. Once we freed our hands from the function of support, the sky was the limit in a sense.
Walking upright is an important human trait. What could have caused the change to an upright posture?
There is a big debate today as to whether bipedalism, or walking on two legs, was a result of shifting in terms of the environment changing.
The gradual appearance over the course of millions of years of characteristics that enabled hominids to move bipedally are thought to be associated with environmental variability, which required hominids to be able to survive in various changing environments. Climate data tells us that 10 million years ago, this landscape was heavily forested. Then, somewhere between 6 and 10 million years ago, the climate shifted and grasslands slowly spread, replacing much of the forested regions, not only here, but all over the world.
There was a new ecological opportunity. The forests were thinning out. There was a need now to come onto the ground and to move on the ground and to pick up things and go long distances. There was a new habitat as the forest shrunk. That adaptation to standing upright and constantly walking on two legs as opposed to four was very central to the human story.
Walking upright. This shift allowed us to free our hands for other activities like caring for our young, communication, and another key human trait.
If you used your hands for support, you couldn't make tools with them.
With tools, our ancestors were able to get more from available resources.
What it gave us was this remarkable ability to better exploit the environment, to get more from it.
With tool making, our potential exponentially swelled. We were able to take advantage of more food sources and expend less energy to do so.
I think it's a significant fundamental adaptation where the expansion of the brain and increasing complexity of behavior involving a broader diet, where stone tool use would have been critical.
Technology is the making and usage of tools to solve a problem or perform a function. Making tools was the birth of technology.
Today, modern technology is very different from the making of stone tools. But you can follow the manufacture of stone tools way back into the far past, getting less complex perhaps as we go back in time, and more complex as we come up to the 21st century. I think it was the technology that gave us access to resources that we knew were there but hadn't been able to gain access to. Without a technology, we couldn't be human.
The use of tools also impacted human evolution by increasing need and opportunity to communicate, both to share knowledge of tool making and even to trade tools or materials with other groups. A trend of increasing brain size can be correlated with the advent of tools. Brains were getting bigger, and the increasing ability to communicate enabled our ancestors to share their knowledge.
Without language, syntactic language, the ability to project ideas of things that haven't yet happened or that happened long ago, we couldn't be what we are.
A third distinctive trait, language. Language gives us the ability to share complex ideas.
Having a big bundle of knowledge in your head and ideas in your head doesn't do much for you if the only way you can express them is flipping your flippers or flipping your tail.
The social relationships that are associated with communication allowed for the transfer of knowledge between groups that increased human ancestors' ability to survive and thrive in new environments. Walking upright, toolmaking, and language are cardinal traits for modern humans. Each contributed significantly to our evolutionary history. Environmental pressures associated with a changing environment are thought to have influenced the appearance of these traits. These traits were the result of random mutation and selective pressures over millions of years.
Change doesn't result from decisions, and it is a consequence of opportunistic adaptation.
Further studies will continue to help us piece together the story of the traits of modern humans.
We desperately need to expand on the fossil record. We need to find the traits that bind us all together as a common species with a common origin.